Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Just wanted to let you know about the progress of learning Khan Academy, and most of all, the impact that it has on my future of knowing math, as well indirectly, or pretty well directly, how it will affect and impact my ability to forecast the markets. So let me just talk to you about what I've been doing the last probably month or so. So if you come under Khan Academy and you just come under math, there's all these different areas. So regardless of your level, even if you're a 2-year-old, you can start on the early math and work your way up towards more, obviously, the more advanced stuff. Now I've finished Algebra 2. I've done the basics of trigonometry. I finished off probability and statistics, and I'm just starting pre-calculus. So let me just show you what I think is important in these major sections. Starting off is obviously with Algebra 2. Now, for me, I've documented my learning and what videos I've been following through the Khan Academy, posted all for my members. System of equations and equalities is important. All of these are really important. Obviously, polynomial, rational expressions, exponential and logarithms, matrices. That's going to be very important in more of the advanced stuff in the linear algebra. So all in all, indirectly in this order, it really helps build, you can use as a building blocks to move into the more advanced stuff. Now, talking to a variety of number traders, when you move into things like probability and statistics, the thing is that a lot of them stop about here. They'll probably use maybe just simple regression. Some of them will really just do things like statistical studies or descriptive statistics. I've done it all. I'm not saying I'm a genius or anything, but I find that each and every one of these is important. So again, this is the core to really helping you understand the foundation of using statistics and understanding the movement of data within the markets and being able to build probability on where it's going to move, where it's going to move to, the likelihood, using things like variance, and even the professionals like on Bloomberg and whatnot always talk about things like standard deviation and normalized distributions. It's all in here. This is really, really important stuff. So you cannot, I just don't see how people can really build forecasting models without understanding this stuff. Now, it took me a while to get through it. I could see the huge impact in a positive way that will have, where I don't have to rely on more technical trading. And even still, technical trading and technical analysis is built on stats and probability. So knowing this is really beneficial. Now, moving into pre-calculus, some of it I've already learned, obviously the probability and combinatorics, I guess. Some of this is really not really useful for trading. Parametric equations is important. Limits is important, and some other stuff as well. But when I look at all the analysis I've done with things like MATLAB and R, specifically MATLAB, a lot of this comes into play, especially things like null hypothesis and being able to reject or accept a hypothesis on something. And basically that's where pairs trading and arbitrage comes into play. So you can see just this alone is really important to understand things like pair trading and arbitrage. Now again, that's all the basic stuff. It's not very difficult, but once you start moving into things like these types of calculus, like differential, integral, and multivariable calculus, these are really important. And of course, differentiation equations and linear algebra. This is the more advanced quantity stuff, but this is very, very useful. So people say they want to keep it simple. I agree with that, but for my purpose, I want to keep it, learn as much as possible through this, being able to use it. And the more data and more analytical tools you have at your disposal, the better you can analyze the markets and different types of assets and different types of market data. So I find that each step is very useful. How long will it take me to get through from, let's say, the differential calculus all the way to linear algebra. It's probably going to take me a couple more months, but it is having a huge impact on my knowledge on looking at the markets, talking to professional traders. And again, the other big difference is talking to traders that are experienced, that are profiting today, and that are probably not going to be profitable when something happens where they're using two strategies and none of the strategies work. So keeping it simple, as I say, may work while the market's moving up, but any monkey can probably profit off the market if the market's consistently moving up as it has been for the last few years. The difficulty is being able to predict when the markets are hitting a downward trend and being able to counteract that and still profit off it. So my philosophy is still to use as much of this as possible. The more data, the more tools you have, the better of a trader you'll be. Yes, you want to keep stuff simple, but simple for that scenario and those set of market conditions, because as we all know, market conditions do change, and I'm sure at some point any of these tools from the math side will help you in all market conditions. Again, let me repeat that, in all market conditions. So I do find that these steps are critical. So learning your Algebra 2, probability and statistics, that's one part of it. But at the other end, you still have all this other stuff. It's a little more complicated, but you could probably see markets in ways you've never seen before. That's what I'm planning to do and explore all that. That's why I'm going on this lengthy exercise. But I will say this, at the other side of it, once I learn it, I will be a much better forecaster in the markets. I know that in two ways, because I'll be obviously a lot more knowledgeable. I can have more intelligent conversations with the real profitable traders, the long-term profitable traders that are not going to lose their shirts over a certain period of time because the markets are down and they don't have strategies in place to counteract that. I know people personally. I don't want to mention names, but you know them too. They're household names if you are following certain people. So the idea to be a really good trader is to be able to forecast all market conditions. Okay, and those market conditions are obviously things like up, obviously, down, and there's a third one which is probably the hardest to trade in, and that's when it's flatlining. And really there's no market opportunities over the long run. So we may hit that period as well. So I'm sure using these math skills will help in that set of market conditions as well. So I just put this video together and let you know what I've been working on and where I'm going. And as I said, where I'm going is finishing up the pre-calculus and then moving into these areas here, differential calculus all the way to linear algebra. All this stuff I don't think is applicable to what I need to know, but at least to linear algebra. So this will probably take me a couple of months, so it's a lot of data. Anyways, hopefully I'll talk to you later.